All right, y'all. Today we are going to be looking at Mango. And I think it's pretty telling that the very first thing I see is Sai standing right in front of Mango's face. So if you don't know, Sai has had a few reviews done by me, so it's not entirely surprising to see her right now. But we're going to be focusing on Mango today. Now, Mango submitted this VOD. He said he's a Diamond Ashe. So I expect this queue to probably be a little wide. It's probably diamond to gold range, based on what I know. But that doesn't matter too much. It shouldn't matter too much. He should have a matchup on the enemy team that is diamond, at least one. So theoretically, the game should be relatively balanced. Anyway, let me figure out what function key. It looks like F10. F10. All right. All right, so Ashe, right? Ashe, medium, long range, kind of plays similar to Cassidy, has a little bit better verticality, obviously, a little bit better mobility, etc., etc. But typically with Ashe, you kind of want to position the same way you would position with Cassidy, but also just taking advantage of verticality. So I think that's probably one of the reasons that I really like Ashe, is because she just makes sense to me as a Cassidy player. So let's see how we stage. Let's see how we position. I really don't know what to expect. I've played with Mango a few times. I always got the impression that he was a really good tank, but I never really saw much else from him. So this should be pretty interesting. I'm excited to see. What sense are we playing on, Mango? Why does this seem so jittery? Okay, obviously that's fine. Let's try to smoke her out, but now that we don't have dynamite, obviously that Sombra's gonna be like, oh wow, okay, this Ashe is very weak. That is your tool. So let's examine the state of the playing field here, shall we? We got Sai next to us. We got our Ana behind us. Our Monkey's already in. Genji's in. And we are left with a Sig in our face and a Sombra. We don't know where they are. Yeah, I mean, this is fine so far, but what is the decision going to be? Are we going to stay main and take main as an angle while our Genji and our Monkey just harass from side lanes and off angles? I think that's probably the play, right? Your responsibility here, especially if you're playing with dive, is not going to obviously be to follow up with dive in the sense of you need to go with them. Of course not. You just can't do that. You're Ashe. So you need some frontline presence, or at least a different angle. Now, the only worry is your frontline presence here means that you're going to take the tank all the time, right? It's pretty much your responsibility to protect your backline from tank, which I don't think Ashe is particularly good at doing. So I'll be very interested to see how we play this. Yeah, I'll be interested to see. That's really all I gotta say. But that's my initial read of the game and how the flow is going to go. So obviously we don't want to face tank the Sigma. We're just playing too close to Sig. This is unnecessary damage. We really don't need to be taking those orbs. I understand that we want to push up and move forward, but the reality is we just need to be patient. If our Genji and our Monkey are already way in and we can't reasonably help them, then what good are we doing our team by just running into Sigma and eating his orbs? They do so much damage, and you already knew that there was a Sombra looking at you. You are already weak two because you already used your dynamite. So if the Sombra and this tank have any sort of coordination, even with double support pocket here, your life becomes a little bit miserable. So instead of walking forward into this tank here, I would probably look to rotate right side with Sai and maybe play over here and see what happens. Sig will probably throw some orbs, and obviously I don't want to stick around for that. So I'd continue the rotation and then eventually meet up with my Monkey and Genji, but maintaining a different angle, maybe looking to come over here. I mean, the tank's on the low ground right now, right? He's on the low ground, so this is pretty free for you. This is pretty free. Sombra would have to be your primary concern, but I don't agree with the decision to walk forward here and take this unnecessary damage. What is with this like jitteriness? Once again, I mean, I wouldn't normally encourage this type of gameplay, but considering the team composition, I think playing main here is fine. There's really not a whole lot else to do. You are taking tank attention. You're allowing your tank and potentially your Genji, if you didn't come back for healing, to go create chaos in the back line, and you're shooting at the Wu Yang as well. So, I mean, it's not fantastic in the sense that it doesn't feel very good for you, but I think it is objectively the correct play right now. But I would be looking to capitalize and make an opportunity to eliminate a squishy or something, at least do something else. It's good that we're holding tank's attention. It's good that probably Sombra wants to come on us as well, but maybe we could look to rotate over here, still hold tank attention, but have a little bit better of an angle. I don't know. So far it's fine. Okay, we're going up when our tank disengages. I think it's okay. You read the state of the battlefield. The Sigma is retreating, going back to point. It's fine. Just be very wary, because now we have used coached on our tanks disengage. So our team is posturing to go defensive here, right? Like our tank wants to come back and get healed up and wait for a re-engage. And at the same time that's happening, you are deciding to fully commit on this aggressive engage, and look who's right here to harass you. So potentially, and probably what's going to happen here, is you're just going to fall right back down immediately, and you will have used coach for no reason, and you'll just be out cooldown, right? So I don't know, maybe your Genji comes up and helps you, right? That's fine too. But either way, we're posturing defensively, and you are now basically frontlining. You are frontlining. So if they had any sort of other dive, and maybe this is potentially why you feel comfortable doing this, is because you know they can't really touch you if you come up here. If they had anybody else, this would be really, really risky. So what happens? We do drop, and we did try to win the duel. We got double support pocket. Genji came up and helped us as well. But as you see, we just wasted a cooldown. We don't have coach now. And we came up here. Really, it was just too early, right? It was just too early. It was bad timing with your tank, because they don't have anything else to do, right? They didn't have anything else to do. Nothing else was happening. So they had all the space. They could do what they want up here. They can come up and attack you. Sombra just happened to be there. You got caught off guard there. And now we don't have a cooldown. Now we're hacked. Now we're half HP. Now we're demanding resources from our team while my tank has now decided to engage. So we're half HP while my monkey's engaging. But guess what that means? It means Sai is now looking at you. It means this Ana was probably looking at you, and this Ana is now looking at the Genji, and nobody's helping the tank. And that all started with your decision to coach up here on tank disengage. So keep that in mind. Just imagine what would have happened if that Ana was staged and situated not defensively over here to heal you and Genji, protecting you against Sombra, but ready for next monkey engage. That Wu Yang would be dead. Okay, I like this rotation. You're just really close. You're really, really close. And it's a little bit scary because you're running in front of boxes here. So what is going to be your cover if you have to disengage? I would prefer you make this rotation here. It's the same angle, but at least you have cover and you have options. And you don't force yourself to have to use coach if you swing this really far and take a bunch of damage, whereas you could just stay here and poke and then not necessarily have to coach. Nice shots. I mean, I like that we're playing in bubble for sure. It's obviously helpful. Is this a very blind dynamite? I mean, I heard Sombra, but where did we hear Sombra? It sounded like top right. It sounded like up here. Okay. Why are we standing on the point? Mango, come on. Why are we standing here? Why are we standing way out in the open like this? If you want to stand point, fine, right? Your monkey wasn't quite there yet. Now he is. Whatever, just stand point, take this angle. Sure, but why here? Why here? Why not right here? Or preferably what I'm really trying to get at is take this spot right now. It's not your job to capture this point. That is not what you are good at doing. What you are good at doing is denying space. And what space do you want to deny? Probably this space. Come up here. Don't stay down there. There we go. Okay, good job. Just need to be faster. Nice shot. Yep. Good. Respecting space. Okay, so monkey's in. We're just standing main, shooting a shield. Obviously not ideal. Okay, and I hate this dynamite. I absolutely despise this dynamite. What is the purpose and the goal of this dynamite here? What are we hoping to accomplish? This is like just throwing a Hail Mary, but you don't even see anybody downfield. It's like you're just actually just trying to throw the ball out of bounds. I think it's just a complete waste of dynamite. What is this? Okay. Maybe it was a distraction. Maybe you were trying to distract Wu Yang. Give you benefit of doubt here. That's a nice shot. Playing very fast and loose with the Sig though. You're playing well within his range, and Sigma is just really scary. I mean, he's the most annoying poke tank by far. But I don't know. There aren't really a whole lot of other options right now. The only thing I would prefer is if you are just going to stand here and shoot main, just do it back up here. Just do it back up here. Gives you a little bit more vision, a little bit of cover. You can use high ground as cover to disengage this way should you need to. Once again, by just kind of staging, putting yourself here, you're forcing, or you're creating opportunities for unforced errors, essentially, where you might have to coach away when you didn't have to. Like that. Like, okay. Like, we just wanted to get out, right? Like, we were frontlining and we wanted to get out. When would we not have had to coach? Well, if we were up here to begin with, like, we could have just walked off. I like what I think you were starting to think about, though. I think you were just thinking about going on this rotation over here. I think that is 100% appropriate. Your Genji is playing cart. Both of your supports are playing cart. I think it is a perfect time for you to rotate down here and maybe take a look and help your tank over here. Look at the back line. So hopefully we do that, but we might not. I don't know. I saw you look over there for a second. I think you were thinking about it. I think it was the correct play, though. I think you did need to come down here. It's just objectively better. But at least we're going on a rotation right now. We're going to take height. Height's a little bit scary for Ashe, just because it's really close. This high ground's misleading. If anybody comes up here and contests you, it just does not play well to Ashe's strengths. But with nobody up here right now, it's fine. Where is our monkey going? What is our monkey looking at? Monkey's just coming over here. Bro.
Not bad.
Okay, stop. No, okay. I already know what my advice is going to be for you at the end of the video. Never do this. Your dynamite is such an important part of your kit. It is incredibly helpful for you to maintain position or create chaos and disrupt enemy position. It is not something to just be tossed out and hope that it just works. No, you need to use it with intention every single time you use it. It is very, very, very strong. And especially with a Sombra on the playing field, you want to protect yourself. If you are in good space like this, and that Sombra recognizes that you are in good space and wants to take it away from you, the only thing that you reasonably have in your toolkit to defend yourself is dynamite. And it's especially good against Sombras.
Remember who's in charge. Catch you later. Here it comes.
Unexpected flying object incoming!
Very nice mic drop. Let's go back just a little bit here. Even further than that. Okay. So here, you decide to drop from height to go on tank. I don't think it was the worst decision in the world, and it probably is better than coming over here and shooting them in the back, because then you also expose yourself to whoever's coming behind you, which I think is why you just toss dynamite over here. You're like, you are aware that people are coming back from the spawn and you want to maybe do something with it instead of holding it and not doing anything. But I don't know. I don't think dropping is appropriate here. I think your better play is to make this rotation across high ground. You create some distance with people coming back from spawn if you're scared about that, but you maintain your height and you don't stack with the rest of your team. You keep different angles. You have better sight lines on the rest of the map, etc., etc. Just dropping here, though, you just really limit yourself and what you can do, and lets you invest coach to get back up to high ground. So, by the way, let's see what happens when you give up the space. The Sombra comes up there. Their Juno and their Soldier are allowed to be sitting left side here, helping their tank. You could be preventing all of this from happening. You gave up entire left control, left lane of the map by dropping to pressure tank, when you could have just stayed here and forced them into an even stronger kill box for your Nano Monkey here. Like, your Nano Monkey probably doesn't really want to be harassing tank right here, but he doesn't have anything else to do because you didn't maintain the space up here and force them into their tank and into eventually your monkey. So just food for thought. Food for thought. Good shots though. Well, there goes my dynamite. I guess I have to wait 11 seconds for that to come back.
Hello.
Why are we sitting on the cart? Why? We got 5 people on the cart. Look at this positioning from yellow team here. My goodness. My goodness. I understand you just got a team kill. They're all coming back from that direction, but that's no excuse to just default and set up on cart. You need to be prepared. I mean, they had flux, right? You got lucky that they switched off the Sigma and went Ram. Like, they very easily could have just walked out on Sig and fluxed everybody right here, right now. And that'd be incredibly valuable. They win the team fight. And it's situations like that that we can avoid by staging. So we could be over here. That's what I'd like to see. If you wanted to be aggressive, another option would be coming up here. I would be fine with this too. Take a different angle from your team. Stage, get ready for the fight. You don't know what's going to happen for 100% sure, especially with a Sombra in the mix. For all you know, they ended up swapping, but for all you know, they can walk out of here. They could have EMP. They could be set up in stage and EMP everybody, could flex everybody, and it's just game over. But you don't have to be part of all that. You can be off doing the correct play or correct position or whatever. You don't have to be defaulting cart with the rest of your team. Are they going to end up pushing this? Probably not.
Bob, do something.
I don't really like this Bob. We're about to get the point. Their tank is not anywhere near close enough to contest. We've already secured the point, and I don't really think there's a need to invest ultimates here. I always like to view checkpoints as just a refresh, so whatever happens after the checkpoint happens. I don't care if we win or lose the fight, but I'm not going to invest ultimates. I'm not going to invest key abilities, because if we die, we didn't lose any progress. So throwing this Bob out here to help your tank is pretty, I don't know, it doesn't really accomplish anything, because what happens when you win this fight? If you win this fight, where does the cart get to go? Well, the cart gets to move up and move up and move up, move up and move up and move up. And probably it's around here by the time their team is ready to take the next fight. And where do they want to take the fight? Here, right? Let's say the cart was all the way back here. Do you think that their team is going to push up and hold this? Nah, probably not. So by using Bob here, you now don't have Bob for the fight that's going to happen over here. So, I don't know. I don't like it. They're not looking at you. Stand still. Their team is staggering so hard right now. I have no idea why their tank and soldier are continuing to fight. At least they're not using ults. So because they stagger completely, tremendously, horribly, you get to push this cart really far, probably all the way up to here, and completely skip corner fight. And they probably have to take this fight right here. Wow. Really bad misplay from their team. Alright, anyway, let's see what happens. Okay, walking forward here, it's fine. Good aggression. I don't really like how you're swinging this. If there was somebody already over here, you've just swung wide main with absolutely no cover. It might have been a little bit safer to come back here, start over here, and then look for an opportunity this way. You're just, if anything was to catch you off guard right now, you're kind of dead. Kind of. I mean, you rely on your team to spend a lot of resources on you to keep you alive. But I like the aggression. I like poking pre-fight. That's very big. Poke the walk up. It's something I always say. And I mean, it's just absolutely necessary. We need to prevent them from taking space without a fight, without them using abilities that could be important in the ultimate team fight. Not ultimate team fight, like using ultimates, but just general team fight. So yeah, I mean, this is just good play. This is good target prioritization, good switching. It's a little bit outside of your effective range, but realistically, would you rather chip away at a Ramatra or would you rather chip away at an Ana? I know what I would do, and this is correct. So yeah, I'm looking for other opportunities though. We're staying at the same angle. We know where their tank is. We know where their Ana is. And your Genji and your tank are pushed way up. I think we should also be mimicking their aggression and moving forward ourselves. We need to support our teammates pushing up by pushing up ourselves. And now we are engaging and our monkey has disengaged. And now this is really scary because look at your position and look at your team's position. We were late for the follow-up, so now we are wildly out of position. And if for whatever reason their team starts to pay attention, you are their primary focus. But that's whatever. You're also really close to their tank. Really, really close. Like, this is very spooky. This is very, very spooky. It's a good coach disengage, but it's unnecessary. If you wanted to be this far up, well, I don't know if you really could be this far up safely. I don't think that's rotation's worth it. Yeah, I don't think this rotation would be worth it really. But I think you could have just come up here, jumped up here, stayed up here, and then also had quite a few angles without having to take this really aggressive angle, coach away, demand resources from your team, and guess what? Now your monkey is ready to go in again. He's probably waiting for Bastion turret for him to go down, and then you don't have resources for the fight. Okay, Bastion leaves turret form, monkey engages, and we're disengaging in behind both of our supports and our Genji, and contributing nothing to the fight. Okay, monkey is disengaged again, so let's not push up. That's tough. Yep, so monkey disengages. We need to read that we are now posturing defensively to regain our abilities, heal up, etc., etc. And your rotation needs to be either coach out over here, which, do we even have coach? We do. Either coach out because we are retreating, or deepen over here, play somewhere safer that isn't just main. You know, you end up dying for it. He hits a really nice vortex on you. Yeah. I don't know. I struggle with this same stuff too. It's really hard to play non-dive hero with a dive tank and dive DPS. It's really hard to read them. And a lot of your engagements and a lot of your positioning rely on reading your teammates. and it's not always easy to do. It's really not easy to do with dive tanks, especially. Yeah, it's wasted dynamite. This is fine. I like this position from you. Yeah, why not? Shoot the tank, sure. Okay, obviously your Genji wants to go in. I assume your Ana is going to nano him. So that should be instantly our cue to push forward. Let's see what we do. It's a nice flux. It's a really nice flux, actually. Wow, your Genji gets slapped. That's crazy. What are we doing? Why did we coach in? Bro, we heard this Sojourn well before we turned around and coached. It's terrifying. I respect the aggression. I think it's the right play ultimately, but we absolutely need to clear this Sojourn first. We can't just let this Sojourn exist. I'm assuming that you just didn't hear her, because you recognize that you need to clear her and immediately tried to do so. Oh my. Tank and Genji both without support right now. So, as soon as I see this, right now, I'm coaching. Obviously, we don't have coach. Now we do. Now I'm coaching. We're too late. We're half a second too late, we die. But our monkey disengages. We used coach already to posture aggressively because we did not read that the Sojourn was back here. And now it's on cooldown and we're walking forward, pressing W. Into a team that has now invested Kiri ult and a shield that's almost broken and a monkey that's low HP, and we're standing in the middle of the point without coach. Yeah. Good dynamite though. That's a good dynamite. Okay, we have Bob again. Definitely no point in peeking that. Certainly not something I would want to do. We swap the Doom. Again, this is just the problem with dive tanks, right? Like he punched in, postured, and you read that as we should engage, and ultimately your tank does not want to engage. He was just trying to bait out abilities, create a distraction, and now we're the tank and we're the furthest forward, and now we're demanding tons and tons of resources and apparently throwing Bob into the middle of their team because we panicked. This Bob is terrible.
Bob, do something.
Okay, why is this Bob so bad? It's the start of the fight. In fact, the fight hasn't even happened. You got pre-fighted. You got picked pre-fight. Your tank went in, tried to base some cooldowns, and got out and is getting healed up. So the fight hasn't even really started, and you were the furthest forward and got pre-fight killed, and now their team can 5v1 a Bob for free. They really don't, like, they don't have anything else to do with their time. Your Doomfist is not ready to go back in, and if your Doom's not ready to go in, who else is going to go in? You have a Hanzo now, by the way, who is definitely not staged or positioned very well. So, I mean, this Bob just gets melted. I'm sure it was just panic. I'm sure it was panic. I understand.
Bob, do something.
But the principle here is that this should never be a thought in your head to even consider bobbing this, regardless of if you take a bunch of damage and panic or not. Like, you should just not be thinking about Bob here at all, given the state of the fight. Now, if your Doomfist and your Hanzo were over here, maybe, or ready to come over here, then it's not quite so bad. But nothing's happening. We're throwing Bob 1v5. Bob's not going to do anything. The way I've explained it, at least to Sai in the past, is with Bob. I think a good analogy is if you could open up a map, open up the map, right? A top-down view, just like Doomfist ult, and position yourself anywhere on the map instantly when you want to use your ultimate as Ashe or as Bob or whatever. Just as anybody, where would you want to be? And if you think about it that way, if you could press your ultimate right now and teleport to where this Bob is going, would you want to be here right now? Would you want to be here right now? 100% not, right? Like, there's absolutely no way. You're throwing yourself into the middle of the team 1v5. Nobody on your team is here to support you. It's just a death wish. And that is exactly what this Bob is. It's the same principle. It's the same exact principle. The better play is to wait, of course, for your team to get ready to engage, take a different angle, throw Bob into a backline or in somewhere to create chaos, or hold a really strong angle yourself. Let's say you are the only one to come over here, right? You rotate, you take this time to do this rotation over here to have this really nice flank such off angle or whatever, but they start pushing you and you get scared, but you recognize that you really want to hold this space. Throwing a Bob like right here just to help you hold this space is perfectly fine. That's fine too. But this is just Bob instantly melts shortly. So just be patient. Be patient and recognize the positions and the opportunities that you want to Bob from.
How's it going?
Okay, we're down 2. Let's not be too aggressive. I don't necessarily hate this. I just would not walk probably too much further than this. Yeah, good. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Your crosshair placement weren't. I mean, that's just kind of unfortunate. I really don't have anything to say here. Yeah, technically, maybe you could say you stayed a little bit too long. I mean, if you want to get really nitty gritty with it. But I think that's more hindsight bias. I mean, that's just, you just got headshot by Kiri. Oh well. You were in a fine position. You weren't playing too aggressively. You just got unlucky. Oh well. Go next.
She's gonna blow.
I love how you're aiming. Be very clear about that. This is something I really wish you could teach Sai. Like, Sai, if Sai ends up watching this video, or if you show this to Sai, I want to slow this down and demonstrate why this aim is really good. Not that, but this. It's just, it's textbook. It's beautiful. Yes, we miss, but look where our crosshair stays. And look at our prediction and our anticipation of our shots. We're not trying to wildly flick to them. We're trying to read their movement. We're keeping our crosshair head height. We're not moving it around all over the place. We're not aiming at the ground. We're not flicking down, up, or up, down, or whatever. We're maintaining just this perfect spot, reading this ram, understanding the map and where he wants to go to get cover, which is to his right. So we're leading our shots and trying to allow the ram to walk into them. And that is how you aim in this game. This is just classic, like textbook classic. It's really good. Oh, wow. No, yeah, no. Go deal with the flanker. Ow. I mean, what? Okay, maybe you don't because your Hanzo does. Maybe you read that your Hanzo does? I don't know. I mean, let's watch. Okay, your Hanzo. Oh, I see. Hanzo picks a Soj. And we hear Bastion, but I guess, yeah. Okay, it's fine. Never mind. This is fine. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You're playing main, but realistically, main is your angle here. Once again, because look where your Doomfist is. And look where he wants to go, and look at where the rest of your team is, right? Like, this is still just an angle. It's just an angle. It's not a, like, I don't know. It doesn't feel super great as Ashe, but it's fine. Okay, we need to manage our space against the tank a little bit better. We're playing too close to the tank too often, and we're about to pay for it. Please, why? Oh man, why does he not block at all? Not even a single time. What the heck? Like, oh, Wow, your Doom's doing a really, really good job. Okay, fine, whatever, never mind. Hide from the Soj. I don't have a complaint about that dynamite. I understand the intention. There was intention behind it. Yeah, nice. Coach disengage. Don't really have a problem with it there. Let's start thinking about taking a different angle. I'd like to see you come up here. I'd like to see you go over here. I'd like to see you get off main while holding main as an angle. Like just be on height. Just stop defaulting low ground here. Let's just do something a little bit different. Take a slightly stronger position. Sojourn's flanking you to your right hand side. What is your solution? What do you want to do? Sojourn wants to flank and kill you from the back. Probably not a fight you want to take. Push forward, come in here, use your coach to get up here. Soldier's going to probably invest slide to come behind you quickly. You can effectively just ignore her and support your Doomfist. What do we do here? What do we do? We ego the Soj. That's terrifying. Yeah, that's terrifying. Good shots. That's really scary.
She's gonna blow.
Yeah, this is more of a Cassidy angle than it is an Ashe angle. Look how close we are to everything. And it just so happens that the tank is the person to walk through this door. But even if it wasn't the tank, it's just too close. Obviously, we can't accomplish anything here as Ashe. Ashe is not designed for space like this. So, unfortunately, the solution is to kind of just default main yet again. You know, just stand back here, sit back here. This is where you can be effective with Ashe and help your team. You don't need to see this angle right now, because even if you could see like through here a little bit, it's not to your range, and it's not the space that you want. It's, I don't know. Yeah, you're just too close. All right, so let's back up just a tiny bit here. So what would have happened if you had positioned well? So instead of going off and trying to take this space, when did we start going on that rotation? Right here. Okay, so imagine we just stay here and support our team main here. Okay, so now we see the Sojourn. We can start helping with the Soj a little bit. Obviously, very spooky. Nanode. Might die, might not. Why does your Hanzo just stand in her orb for the entire duration result? What is that play? Okay, so your Hanzo feeds a little bit, gets picked, whatever, but at least we'd be poking Soj here. Poking Soj, poking Soj, poking Soj. Who knows what the tank does at this point? But the Soj doesn't take this space, might not kill the Hanzo, probably does not kill the Ana if you're here. And let's say now the tank has rotated on you. Okay, fine. Now we're back to where we would be, regardless of where we chose to be. Yeah, I think you could have made a big difference in that fight just by standing here. Or even better, maybe, standing back here. Or over here. Or up here. What are we doing? We're going for a bob play here, I assume. Looks like you're trying to coach across the gap while avoiding damage. Very risky. Another horrible thing about playing with dive tanks is you don't have any screening. They're never going to be in front of you, as evidenced by our Doomfist just admiring himself, his little self-portrait there. I assume what we're trying to do is coach across here and throw Bob, or maybe like coach up here and try to get Bob on cart. Let's see what happens. You're kind of forced to make this play, or you could have just had faith in your tank. I think probably if you did have faith in your tank, you could just sit back, but I don't know if you do or not. So, yep.
Do something.
That's spooky. Is he gonna hit this ledge? I do this. I do this a lot too. Yeah, obviously that's not where you wanted Bob to go, and now because he is there, you have to be the one to touch the cart, and you could have just disengaged if your Bob had gone where you intended it to go. So I think the Bob is fine here. You were using it as just a stall tactic on the cart, not to really do anything else. You just happened to miss it, and it is what it is. But in principle, this Bob usage is fine because you needed, if we look at the state of the fight and look what's behind you as you threw this Bob, you needed this Bob to stall for 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds or whatever, because your team is just, I don't know. you definitely needed it, so I have no complaints about the Bob. Your team needs to regroup and find an angle to take a good fight, so whatever. All right. Let us move on to defense.
It's not pleasant, but you'll see it was worth.
And Blizzard World defense is, on first point, really annoying. I really hate this high ground so much. Everybody plays up here. They think it's good. I do not think it's good at all. It's way too exposed. This cart running around the track I get stuck on so many times. It's really annoying. The disengaged low ground is a little bit rough. If you let them get past you, if they decide to ignore you and come this way, then you really have no disengagement options whatsoever. So you have to go really early. They obviously have this route over here, which is incredibly powerful, and I really wish more people would just use this rotation. A number of times my tank and teammates bang their head main for absolutely no reason when they can just use this simple rotation, either to come up here or to walk around and maybe drop and look through the door, and then, or even deepen and flip map on them. Like, it would solve the attack so often, and even at Master Grandmaster level, they just do not do that, and I don't understand. I just do not understand.
I hope so.
Anyway, this high ground is it's high ground, but it doesn't feel like good high ground. Now, even with that said, I don't mind you starting up here. I think defense on Blizzard World on this point is pretty rough for Ashe. And most people, to be honest. Most people. Unless you're like a Reaper or a Venture or somebody who has get out, move around the map, invulnerability, stuff like that, then this area really favors them because they can play these close angles that are really good for them. Obviously you can't. You're stacking with your entire team right now, though. I want you to be aware of that. Everybody on your team is playing up here. We're not creating any sort of separation of angle, any sort of crossfire. So even though you're starting up here, I would have looked around, seen my teammates up here, and been like, oh, okay, they want to play up here. Maybe I just go play by statue then. I'll just play over here. I don't like the dynamite. It's just not with intention. Your intention is, oh, I'm going to dynamite the backline. But you don't follow up on the intention at all. You just let it sit there. Hey, look how spread out the team is now. That's lovely. All it took was the first 30 seconds of the fight. But, I mean, this is really nice positioning from your team now. Really nice. Yeah, so stay up here. This is fine. Just, you're really far forward. Look at this from Soja's perspective here. Look how much of you is exposed. A lot. Just a lot. So this is, you know, one of the reasons I really don't like this high ground, because in order to play safe, you kind of have to play it basically right here and be ready to drop right now. But you're really exposed. That's very scary. No comment. What is that Soja doing? What in the heck was that play?
That's
Why are we making this rotation?
She's gonna blow. That's better.
Okay, so we hear somebody. Who is it? Oh, that's funny. Oh, our tank's above us.
She's gonna blow.
Yeah, why give up on this angle? We just heard our tank punch, and we know our tank's above us because of that. So we know we have high ground control over here. They haven't wrapped up top and are pressuring there. So we have this position, and we have no immediate threats. We can't hear anybody else anywhere close to us. Why not just stay here? Why are we rotating back to main?
We are losing the objective. Push them out.
Why does your Hanzo get caught out like this? What is he doing? Okay, well, your Hanzo, who would probably be better positioned where you are, has decided to go off angle and use his abilities to jump in, misreading his tank, of course, as you do when you play with dive tanks, and gets fluxed and killed. But this probably could have been avoided. I bet your Hanzo would have come over here and played this angle, which is arguably better for him, if you had decided to stay in here. He may have read the battle, seen you over here, and decided to take a different angle than you. I don't know. Not that it's your fault that he's dumb. Obviously it's not. That makes no sense. It's his play, but it kind of started with you rotating unnecessarily. Okay. Yeah. Why not, right? We're kind of in all or nothing mode right now. Obviously, we just lost our Hanzo, so we've got to either do something or die, so it's just fine. Where did we use dynamite, by the way?
Here it comes.
Got it. No. You need dynamite. When do you need it? You need it right now. You need it right now. Oh. Yeah, we were kind of, as I said, in all or nothing mode, so I don't mind that you were up here. I don't mind that you were trying to make stuff happen. That's fine. You either do something or you don't. Unfortunately, you wasted your abilities, so the times that you could have done something, you didn't have your abilities to actually do those things, so.
How's it going?
Oh, they're moving the payload.
Hello.
안녕.
What was that Ana doing? Why are we walking so far forward? This is scary. Scary. I don't mind you coming over here, but if we're gonna peek this way, just play it safe. Just stay over here, and so you have your disengage here. But now you're caught in disruptor. The tank can walk on you if they choose. It's just, and you expose yourself a lot longer than you need to be exposed for. Yeah, you would have avoided all that if you had just played a little bit more conservatively. I don't mind the angle though,
Back from the bone.
and I don't even think the timing is bad or anything. I just think you held W. But we have Bob coming in this fight, so what are we thinking about? What I would be thinking about in your shoes is, where is this cart going to be by the time I'm able to help my team? And the answer is probably right around this corner, right? Somewhere around here, as my general guess. So based on that information, I would be thinking, okay, if I want to use Bob this fight, which why not, right? We have an ultimate, we should probably use it. Where do I want to be in order to throw Bob effectively and help my team? If you're thinking here, absolutely not. Where would I want to teleport? Anywhere on the map, if the cart was here, to create a very strong advantage for my team, assuming their team is controlling all of this space over here, and my team is maybe staggered on high ground or taking angles over here. Like, they control this side of the map, we control this side of the map, right? So where would I want my Bob to go in respect to the cart being here? Where would I want to teleport? And the answer, at least situationally, would be somewhere like over here, right? Maybe over here, maybe back here, maybe right on this pillar here. maybe over here, depending on how far the cart is forward. Just somewhere that isn't the cart, right? Not the cart. We don't want to throw it down main in front of everybody into the cart. So if we could teleport to any one of these positions and draw a line from where we are currently standing to the teleported position, where do we need to be? And it's probably somewhere over here. Maybe up here, maybe down below. Maybe you look to throw the bob through this doorway here. But really the answer I'm looking for is just don't come over here, please.
Juno has landed.
Your team is already staged left side. Now your Hanzo is making this rotation, so now your Hanzo is taking the position I would much rather you be on. So it's fine that you're not stacking with him. But if we're going to play up here, same principle applies. Then when can we throw Bob? Where are we going to look to throw Bob? And I think if you can make it all the way over here, you should probably be looking around there-ish. That is what I would try to do. We definitely didn't need to drop. It's just bad awareness from our team, or of where our team is and what we're doing. We just gave up high ground, but our Diva was right there to help us and whatnot. We're gonna throw Bob, aren't we? Really good discipline. Good job not throwing Bob there. I bet you wanted to. I really bet you wanted to, but it's just not worth it. In this situation, you're already running away. You're already all cutting. This tank is full HP. This tank is nanoed. Their team is pushing forward. Throwing Bob here accomplishes nothing besides maybe making the tank just back up a little bit. And I think you recognize that. And that's why you don't.
Do something.
This is fine. This is fine. This is situational. Why? Why is this a much better Bob than bobbing here? Or now, or now, or now, or now? Why is it good right now? We hit a headshot on the Kiri. The nano ends on the tank. It's only those two. Kiri teleported in, right? Kiri waits teleport to come in to support the tank. Pops rush. You hit the headshot on the Kiri. They're both low. Sure, why not? Throw Bob. They invest in ult. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the intention with this Bob would be to be 100% to hit one of them. So I actually like this Bob actually quite a lot.
Do something.
Really good Bob. Situational, just very situational, timed really well with really good information about the state of the fight. It was good, it was great. Completely shut down Kiriel, completely shut down their push. Now I don't know if really the rest of their team was staged to help them very well, but you completely eliminated that from happening and traded an ult for an ult, so that's fine by me. All right, are we gonna learn our lesson? Oh my God, this is my pet peeve. When I'm here well before the rest of my team is ever here, I decide, oh, I'm gonna come up and take this really neat angle and try to apply some pressure. And then 5 seconds later, I turn around and the entire Avengers cast is behind me. This makes me unreasonably upset every time I see this happen to me. And it happens more than I would like. It's like, why are they all here? Just go do something else. Yeah, good discipline. Being careful, hate that very much.
This ends now.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that you gave up the space, which, yeah, you did, but this is also not space that you want to hold as Ashe or can really hold as Ashe, so it's not really your job. Your team kind of fails because, once again, we're playing, like, I don't know why. Like, everybody's just stacked constantly. Like, we're all stacking once again. Diva's going for a play with bomb here. It's fine, whatever. But we all give up that space when, I don't know. I really think Diva should have been a lot more patient, held this space, ensured that nobody was coming up here, and then your team would be set up for a lot more success than whatever's about to happen. Wow, they're taking really good angles. Nice. We're so far forward. Listen, you can be doing this from up here. We have coach. We killed the Ana. Ana's not over here anymore. We can sit up here. There we go. Yep. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. We just whiffed mechanically. That's really it. That's the only problem with this. This Bastion should have been dead on the first shot, on the second shot, on the third shot, on the fourth shot. I mean, Bastion should have died 4 times. It's just unfortunate. But good decision. Good space. Good angling.
Let's get back in the saddle.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Yeah, I don't know if my instinct would have been to just walk forward here. If you're going to rotate backwards and retreat, I think you should just come back here, because you might just die for this now by going this far forward. Like if we're reading this fight, and right here, there goes our tank. Well, okay, lost fight, back up, walk back here, maybe try to get a respawn through our old respawn. If not, just continue rotating through here. But by doing this rotation, you are exposing yourself to a lot of damage. You get lucky.
That's what I like.
Oh.
That's what I like.
And I mean, you would have avoided this happening. It's not really your fault. You get random headshot and ping gapped, so it is what it is. Wow. I mean, you can't draw it up better than that from that Curie. Wow. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. I just all stemmed from the decision to rotate main instead of rotate safely. Why are we using coach right there? I don't like this coach usage. Just keep walking. Keep walking. I know you want to be part of the fight. Just keep walking. Keep walking, because you can use coach to be in a significantly stronger position for yourself up here. You want to be up here right now. We don't care about being right here versus here. We do care about being up here versus down here. Be patient with your cooldown there. Please. Please.
Let vengeance consume you!
Okay, whatever. Your team invested a bunch of ults. You win the fight. Okay, so we have Bob. Principle of Bob. Where do I want to be? I don't really mind you playing over here. It's pretty good for Ashe, right? Might want to play up here. Might prefer if you were up here or over here, or just kind of on low ground once again. But with the idea of using Bob, I think it would be fine to be positioned on the low ground here, depending on what you are attempting to do, and depending on, of course, what happens with the fight. But we need to be thinking about where we want to throw Bob eventually, and I think probably your best spot for him was going to be back here. So how do we hit this? How do we teleport in a straight line to this position? Probably not so easy to be playing back here. You could make this rotation over here, and then you would probably open up to a Bob over here, and then but the cart would have to be a lot more forward, push forward a lot more. I don't know. Nice pick. By the way, you know why that pick worked? You know why you got this pick?
Thank you.
Because even though you threw a horrible dynamite, for some reason these people just decided to stay in it It did enough damage for you combined with your really strong perk. Just
Can't handle the
absolutely
heat.
obliterate the
Stay
Soj.
out of my way.
It's gonna hit the cart, isn't it? Hey, at least it goes over the cart. Sure. Sure. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of complaints with this Bob, other than the fact that we had to coach to get to a position we should have already been at, to throw Bob, to get Bob to a position that is relatively good for Bob, which I agree, it's fine back here. Tank has engaged, you're really separating them quite a bit. You force turret for him. Completely take Bastion out of the fight. Ana has to go way out of position. I mean, it's fine. It's a good Bob. Wow, that's feels like you were outside of that. Thanks, Overwatch. It's my goat of a game right there. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Sure. By the way, could have been avoided if you were up here. Why did we drop? Did we just throw Bob and then drop? Like, what happened? There goes tank. We coach up.
Do something.
We take our good position on height here, and we leave. I think probably accidentally. I think we left accidentally.
How's it going?
Taste some of root
The enemy is approaching.
There we go. Nice. See, it seems like you take good positions when you have the time to think about it and take good positions, but in the middle of a fight, or you have like just started retreating from a fight, or you're trying to get into a fight or whatever, your decision making is a little bit iffy. Why is my Hanzo here? It's just unlucky. Okay, whatever.
Activating self-destruct sequence. Calling in the big gun.
Just be careful. Just be careful where you are right now. Obviously, you can only see the tank right now, but look how exposed you are. Your Hanzo's playing a lot safer. You're already stacked with all of your teammates. It's not really your fault. Your Hanzo was over here. He jumped over to your position. But you're also really, really, really exposed right now. So just be really careful swinging this wide. Yes, continue. Continue the rotation.
This ends now.
Just mechanical whiffs. Mechanical whiffs is really all that boils down to. I don't mind you shooting the tank here. You don't really have anything else to shoot given your position, and you have a strong perk to deal with this tank at the moment.
60 seconds remaining.
So your position isn't really the problem. It's just we throw dynamite, we whiff dynamite. The target switch is fine because you weren't expecting the Soj to push up. I respect the target switch. And then we just miss shot, and it's bad positioning, but
60 seconds.
just watch the rotation here. I just want to see if there's really anything else you could have done different from, yeah, right around here. You want to remain active in the fight, so you aren't coming all the way back here. You aren't going over here. You're trusting that your Juno heals you. I think this is fine.
Thank you kindly.
Trying to support your tank. I think that's totally fine.
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's kind of tough, honestly. It's kind of tough. I think you had one rotation option, and it's like literally right now, you would have to come over here.
This ends now.
but I don't know. I don't even know if I would have. I highly doubt that I would have made that play. To be honest, I just wouldn't have recognized that opportunity because it's literally like half a second of an opportunity right there.
Payload is approaching its destination.
Yeah, I respect it. Trying to make something happen, trying to go be the difference to win this team fight. You obviously have to win this team fight because it is the last fight, and whoever wins the game. Only thing is you need to really calculate whether this rotation that's going to take you 10 years is going to be worth it, and whether or not you trust yourself enough. Because if you can make this rotation and if you get the picks, then it's obviously worth it. But they are already, your team is already fighting, your tank's already fighting. They are now investing ultimates. So there you run the risk on this rotation by the time you get there to be able to do anything that your entire team is already dead. So yeah, I think the coach is fine. This is an instance where it really kind of does matter if you are here or if you are here. I don't really like that you're coming right side here without coach, but I do think the coach was appropriate because you need to go, you need to help your team. Let's back up. Yeah. Yeah. Mistake here is you recognize the urgency, but without coach, we are exposing ourselves to this angle and this angle, and we're kind of blind. We're going into this really blind. We know that there's people over here. We just don't know exactly who. I don't think we saw the Bastion. So we're just walking up without our defensive ability, without coach to get us out of the situation. We have dynamite, but we end up missing dynamite, right? So yes, the urgency is fine, but I do think you need to take the extra couple seconds to rotate this way. I think that's really the only mistake. All right, we coach. And from here, we're walking, and we're here, and the Ana isn't pushed forward, the Bastion isn't pushed forward, they're probably over here, and you're able to make a difference. Significantly safer. Yeah, I think that's really the only mistake, because, as I said, going on this rotation, you really need to make something happen. You can't just be playing guesswork. You need to go into this rotation knowing for 100% certain you are going to make a difference. So you can't really afford to position poorly or put yourself at risk. All right. And that's it, huh? Dang. But let me tell you, there is one key element that you desperately need to work on that I called right from the beginning of this VOD that would have made the difference 100 times in a row in this game, and that is dynamite usage. That is your biggest weakness by far. By far, it is your biggest weakness. You need to really work on dynamiting with intention, not just throwing it and hoping it does something, or blind throwing it without knowing where people are, or throwing it down and just waiting for the timer to go off. You need to dynamite with intention. So whether that intention is correct or not, I don't care, but what I want to see is you purposefully throwing it at something and detonating it. And whether you hit something or not, whatever, but stop throwing it and just forgetting about it, because the number of times you did that this game was actually a war crime. You could have had so much more value from your dynamites, but you essentially played this game handicapped. You essentially played Ashe as if you didn't have dynamite at all. And the only couple of times that the dynamite did help you, you won the fights. So work on that. Otherwise, I don't have anything else really. Not any strong recommendation for you right now, but I do think that is your biggest task, if you will. So thank you very much for the VOD. I looked really forward to it when I saw it come in, and I enjoyed my time playing with you. Hopefully I'll come back to playing more Overwatch sometime soon-ish myself. But in the meantime, practice, and I hope to see a follow-up VOD, and we can review that. So good stuff. Thanks for the VOD. I'll see you later.